Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. It's Friday, February 5th. What do we got going on? Well, we got the markets. We're hitting a new record high, all-time highs in the market, right? The economy hitting record lows. What did we have yesterday? 779,000 new jobless claims, and the stock market keeps hitting a record high. Well, we know this isn't real. We know that it's because they're printing money, right? Okay, that doesn't matter how much earnings company makes. It doesn't matter how many businesses go out of business. We're going to get new record highs in the stock market. Now keep in mind, nothing goes straight up in a straight line. We're going to get a pullback here and there, but it is still by the dip mentality. It is still in an upward trend. You do not want to bet against the trend. The trend is going to continue higher as long as we continue to print money and pump it into the economy. Now, if the stock market starts to go down, they're going to increase the money that they print. Now, what does this do? Well, it really creates a bigger difference between the haves and the have-nots. Now, a lot of people don't have jobs right now, but that's okay. They get their unemployment check, they put it into the stock market, and they're making money. I was talking to a good friend just yesterday. He's actually going to quit his job because he's making so much money trading the stock market. Now, that's very common these days. Why go to work, when you can just stay home, push a few buttons, and watch your money go up and up and up? Okay, so the stock market's going to continue its upward trajectory. Yes, we're going to get a pullback, and that pullback you want to buy the dips. We're not going to get the crash, not yet, not right now. Probably not until summer would be my guess. But we will get a pullback, and it'll be scary, and that's when you want to push the buttons again and buy into it and get your money going back up. The market is going to go higher. Now, what I want to talk today about is the housing market. What's happening there? Well, the same thing. They're printing money. It's cheap money. You can get, what are the interest rates right now on a home? Let's call it 30 years at 2.5, a 15-year probably down around 2, maybe even under 2. So what are people doing? Well, they're pulling market money out of their house. They're pulling money out. Okay, they're refinancing. There's a refinancing boom going on right now. It goes back to back in the days of 2007, 2008. People were just using their house as an ATM machine because they keep going higher. Now, why do they keep going higher? Why? Well, because we have eviction moratoriums. Now, I live in California. Now, to me, this is just incredible. Governor Newsom just signed into law the Rent Relief Act. Okay, so when the pandemic started, a lot of people stopped paying their rent. They just say, I don't have a job. I'm not going to pay my rent. You can't kick me out. Okay, so they've been living rent-free for almost a year. And, they're the smart ones. If you were one of the dumb ones that paid your rent, that went to work, got a job, paid your rent, you should have just, been home on unemployment collecting money, because you don't have to pay your rent if you're unemployed. You know that, right? Governor Newsom, he's going to pay your rent. Well, actually, he's only going to pay 80% of your rent. He signed a rent relief bill. Well, he'll pay 80% of your rent, going back to April of last year and all the way out till March of this year. Okay, for 1 year, the Governor Newsom will pick up your rent, 80% of it. Now, you would think, wow, that's pretty good. I only got to pay 20%. No. You don't have to pay anything. The landlord's going to cover the other 20%. Now, why would the landlord do that? Well, Governor Newsom isn't going to give the landlord his 80% if he doesn't pay his 20%. So you, the renter, just stay there. Now, what's cool here? All right, so the Rent Relief Act, Governor Newsom in California signed into law. Anyways, you don't have to pay your rent all the way out till the end of June. You don't have to even start paying your rent till July, right? Okay, that's really cool. Anyways, I think he'll extend it out again because, people don't like paying rent. They don't want to go to work. Anyways, and Biden, he's on their side. He's going, hey, we're going to continue unemployment benefits Well, he wants to go out till September, but he's getting some pushback. They only want to go out till June. But Biden said, no. Let's go to September. Let's give them another year off. Why not? We have extra money. Do you think California has the money to pay for your rent? They do not. Where are they going to get it? I don't know. California's in big trouble. They can't print money like the government. They don't have a printing machine. But the government has a printing machine. The government's going to keep printing the money. Now, can the government print enough money to prevent the housing crash? Now, I thought the housing crash is going to happen this year, and probably still will. But here's the delay in the housing crash. Okay, I just explained the eviction moratoriums all the way out till June. So let's say you stop paying your rent in July. Well, you're not paying anyways, but let's say you don't pay July. Can you stay? Yes, I think you can. What about August? Yes, I think you can. Okay, why do I think that? Well, because part of the Rent Relief Act says they can't evict you till the end of June. So they're not going to send you an eviction notice July 1st. You got to become 30 days delinquent first. So that's going to be July. That's going to push them out to August. In August, they're going to send you a 30-day notice to pay rent or quit. That's going to push them out till, what, September? I don't think they're going to really get you out of your property until the end of the year. Now, isn't that wild? So it's all these evictions, and believe me, there's 20, maybe 30 million of these people not paying their rent. I hope you're not one of those that actually pay your rent, that actually got a job, that actually goes to work and pays your rent. That just sounds crazy. That's not America. Well, actually it is. America was built on hard work, and right now we're going the other direction where we're teaching people, don't work, don't pay your rent, stay home and gamble on the stock market. So, okay, so that's the rental part. Now, what about this thing called forbearance? Let's say you own your home. You have a mortgage. Well, hey, if people aren't paying the rent, why the hell should you pay your mortgage? Well, guess what? You don't have to. There's this thing, it's called forbearance. Now, Biden wants to extend forbearance out all the way till September. Forbearance. You don't need to pay your mortgage. Well, isn't that great? Well, if we go out till September, do you realize that it's 1 year from there you don't have to pay? Because once you're in forbearance is for a year of non-payment. Just like Governor Newsom's going to pay your rent for a year. At forbearance, you don't have to pay your mortgage for a year. So we have no evictions. We have no foreclosures. Now, isn't this great? I mean, if you're in your house, just apparently you don't need to pay. I really don't understand it, but I do know this isn't going to end well. Okay, now why do I continue to think the housing market's going to crash? Well, I think it's a debt bubble. Okay, housing is a debt instrument. Most people buy houses with loans that they get from the banks. Now, here's my gripe about this. The reason that interest rates are down around 2% is because the banks, they make the loan, but they don't keep the loan. You know who keeps the loan, of course, is the Federal Reserve. So the banks, they can lend as much money as they want. They have no reserve requirement. They have no accountability. It's not their problem. As soon as they make the loan, the Federal Reserve will take it off their hands and the bank is done. They don't need to worry if you make payments. Matter of fact, don't make the payments. You can start forbearance day one as soon as you get a loan. So if you get into a house, you get the loan, just go into forbearance. You don't need to pay it. Isn't this crazy? What world am I living in? Is it the Twilight Zone? Banks have no accountability. They don't need to have a reserve requirement anymore. Now, do you know what? See, I'm an economist also. I'm a stock market gambler, but I'm also an economist. When I studied economics, people would deposit money into the banks, and the banks would take these deposits and group them together, and they would loan, the neighbor Fred to a house loan so that Fred could go buy a house, and then Fred would pay the money back to the banks, and then the banks would give interest to the people that had deposits. No. Those days are gone. We're not going to give people interest that put their money in the bank. We're actually going to go to zero rate, and then we're going to go to negative rate, and then we're going to start taking the money from the people that put their money in the banks. Oh, this might be a problem. Wouldn't people take the money out of the bank? Well, not if we go to a digital currency. That's the plan to go to a digital currency so you can't take your money out of the bank. Because it's not money, it's not cash anymore. It's digital, and digital has to be in the bank. Sure, you can go spend it. You can go down to Starbucks, buy your coffee, get that digital currency, and spend your money. That would work, right? Okay, but banks don't need accountability anymore. They don't need reserves. They have unlimited money. The Fed will give them all the money they want. Loan it out to the people. Loan it out to the people that, well, we're going to go to 0% interest rates. We're going to have 30-year loans on your home, and it's going to be 0% interest rates for 30 years. Isn't that great? Wow. It's ludicrous is what it is. This is going to end poorly. This is going to end poorly. I mean, the debt bubble is a ticking time bomb, and it will go off at some point. Will it go off this year? You know, originally I thought it would. I still kind of think it will. But, you know, when you got these eviction moratoriums just getting kicked down the road, when you got these forbearance just getting kicked down the road, how far can they kick this down the road until that ticking time bomb goes off? And there will be massive pain, Phil. Massive pain. This is a ticking time bomb. I'm telling you, people are going to keep pulling money out of their house at record highs. You know, they can go get a loan and all they want. Free money. Your house is free money if you have one, because the interest rates are going to stay low, keep going lower, and you can keep refinancing. Get a lower payment, take out $10K. Get a lower payment, take out $50,000. Get a lower payment, take out $100K. It's a great world we live in. This is the United States, not the way I remember it though. It really isn't. It's crazy, right? Ludicrous. We're going to keep propping the stock market up. We're going to keep propping the housing market up. We can't have these come down, because once they start to come down, it's over. We will get the big crash. Just not yet. Just not yet. We'll see how long it takes. Will we make it through the year? Maybe we can. Maybe we can kick the forbearance down the road. Kick the evictions down the road. Keep printing the money. You know, maybe the Fed will start buying stocks this year. I bet they will. I know they buy them indirectly now. If they have a trading desk, for God's sakes. I mean, it's crazy what's going on. It's not going to end well. Not going to end well. I keep telling people, protect yourself as best you can. You know, I do it with gold and silver and Bitcoin. Keep buying. I'm a stacker. I keep stacking. We'll see what happens. You know, my friend who retiring from his job, he's telling me Ethereum's the play, and I like Ethereum a little better than Bitcoin. He's putting all of his money into Ethereum right now. He thinks it's going to keep going up, and it probably will. Probably will, because the Fed keeps printing money. I don't know if Ethereum's going up or down. It's crypto. Crypto's fine, get you out of the system, but they're very volatile, just like silver, very volatile. But I keep stacking, keep protecting yourself. The Fed's going to keep printing the money. They're keep going to have forbearance. They're keep going to have eviction moratoriums. And Governor Newsom, he's going to pick up your rent. I'm Tall Mike. Have a great weekend. It's exciting times, crazy times. Stock market keeps going hard, but we're getting close to a little top here. I think we're going to get the pullback, but be sure to buy that dip. Why not? Make that free money. Okay, we'll talk to you next week. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. It's Friday. It's a great day for thumbs up. Maybe 2 thumbs up. Why not? If you like it, hit the subscribe button. We'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye now.